Hi, everyone, and welcome back to week 3 of the Atomic Habits campaign. This week, we're going to be focusing on the third law, which is make it easy. And the first thing I want to touch on is the idea of how long it takes to form a new habit. You may have heard 21 days, 30 days, there's some different theories out there. But James Clear emphasizes that it's not the amount of time that passes, but rather how many times you complete the habit or the action. So it's more about repetition and frequency. For example, he says you could complete a habit twice in 20 days or 200 times in 20 days. And obviously, the more times you complete that, the more likely it is to become an automatic part of your day. Next, I want to talk about priming the environment. We touched on this in week 1, but we're going to take a little bit of a different spin on it this week because we're talking about making it easy. For example, if you want to draw more, the idea here is to put your pencils, your pens, all of your drawing supplies on top of your desk within easy reach. And by doing that, you're decreasing the friction that it would take to open up the closet, get out all your supplies, get everything ready. Just take that extra time to do it. And the inverse is true. So the opposite of this law would be increasing friction if you're trying to eliminate a habit. And this was the same example we used last week, but it still applies here. If you're getting very easily distracted by your phone when you're trying to do work or some other task, try increasing your friction by turning your phone off or putting your phone in a different room. And that is just a very simple way to make it a little bit harder to complete that action. The 2-minute rule is an idea that he talks about as far as making all of your habits as easy as possible when you're first starting out. So scaling down that task into a 2-minute action. So anyone can meditate for 2 minutes or read one page or put away one item of clothing. So you want to start with something small and again, make it as easy as possible when you're first starting. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is motion versus action. Motion is typically the researching part, planning, figuring out what you want to do in order to make a change, whereas the action part is the actions or things that you're actually completing to move towards that change, the type of behavior that will deliver an outcome. And we've created a worksheet that will help determine which phase you're in and how to move from motion to action. So that's one thing on your list to complete this week, as well as watching this video, reading our 2-minute rule worksheet and completing the actions associated with that, learning how to increase or decrease friction, and then as always, a reflection and planning section where you can think back on what you've learned this week and past weeks and plan for the upcoming weeks. Good luck. We'll see you next week.